Welcome to the Toolkit for Increasing Opportunities and Performance Outcomes for Students in Poverty. This toolkit is brought to you by the National Comprehensive Center. Equity is achieved when every student's needs are met so that every student has the same opportunity for success. If education is a table of opportunities, equity means that every student is at the table with both the opportunity and the ability to access all that is available, and what is available is of the highest quality. To be able to provide this table of opportunities, schools must be equipped and ready. They must set the table in preparation for those students who come in. In simple terms, every teacher in every school must be prepared for every student who walks through the door. No two students will be alike, but research reveals trends for which we must be prepared. Poverty cuts across every sector of our nation. There is no corner that poverty has not reared its ugly head. In education, poverty matters. While a school with high concentrations of students in poverty cannot tackle every harm that poverty creates, it can attack three main areas to ensure all students have equitable access to the table of opportunities being set. First, an increased language, vocabulary, and verbal skills. Second, handing the keys to the learner for ownership. And third, foster an eagerness to learn. These areas are beneficial for all students, and especially beneficial for students in poverty. Building teachers' repertoires to attack these three areas will reap benefits for the students of poverty and will begin to close opportunity gaps that poverty creates. The following framework is a good starting place for teachers to address the inequalities created by poverty as they explore skills and tools they can implement in their classrooms tomorrow. Climbing a mountain always begins with the first step. So, how do we see this important work flowing? It all starts with the student. The student is at the center, the heart of the matter. If that center ever shifts, then we need to refocus, readjust, and recenter our work. The students must always be at the center of what we do. Next in line comes the teacher. Those closest to the student have the most influence on how, what, and why a student learns. We have concentrated on high impact strategies that teachers may be able to implement. These strategies fall into three critical areas. First, increasing language, vocabulary, and verbal skills. Second, handing the keys to the learner for ownership. And third, fostering an eagerness to learn. Remember, we are not trying to tackle everything at once, but rather concentrating on those high impact areas that will deliver results. Then we have to think about what is equally as important: the principal and the district and the state. Notice that they are further from the student. When you are not the one closest to the student, you need to support the ones that are. The principal leans into the work of the teachers to support, guide, and direct and encourage. The district leans into the principal to support, guide, direct, and encourage. The state then leans into the district to support, guide, direct, and encourage. For what purpose? It is all to increase the opportunities and performance outcomes for students who are affected by poverty. So now, how do you navigate through all these resources that we're providing? If you are a teacher in a school with a high concentration of poverty, we provide practical ideas, suggestions, and considerations that you can use in your classroom tomorrow. You know your students best, and not every toolkit is going to fit your needs. Start with one of the three topics that piques your interest the most. increasing vocabulary, language, and verbal skills, handing the keys to the students, or fostering an eagerness to learn. This will get you started. These can stand alone, but can also be used in a combination as a complete set within a topic area to more strongly impact student outcomes. If you are a principal, we provide some very straightforward recommendations aimed at supporting the teachers in your building to become instructional experts. As the leaders of instruction in your building, support your teachers by reviewing the strategies suggested for teachers to use across the areas. Notice that the strategies suggested don't take any more money. They do not require a program. You will not have to change a policy or the budget. We consider these low-hanging fruit that teachers can implement in the classroom immediately. However, your teachers will need your support and feedback as they shift their instructional practices to become the very best they can be for their students in their care. If you are a state education agency or a district looking to support schools in high poverty areas, we provide recommendations. These will assist you in deploying instructional strategies to mitigate the effects of poverty on students within your state or district. You can also point your teachers to the toolkits provided for impactful classroom strategies.